Okay, so this is a CVT lesson for Jason. Journey, feeling that way, it's strictly the rhythm. You said you already knew the guitar solo. Neil Sean, one of my all-time favorites. He's brilliant, amazing. How cool would it be to get the original Journey back together, man. So it's standard tuning on this. Neil probably has a long thumb. Well, doesn't have to, but anyways, he is using his thumb in this, which is something Hendrix did a lot too, to play a type of a bar form. It's pretty cool. You want to take your thumb, go to fret 6 on the low E, and this will probably be the hardest part rhythmically of this song. And then an F major shape. It's a B flat major chord. We got thumb, third finger, 8D, and I'm muting underneath the A with the tip of that. That's important to do. At some point you're going to want to make sure you're doing that. 7 G middle, and then bar 6th fret on the last two, strings 1 and 2. So you have, hear that muted A, you want that. So we're going to go 2 times. This kicks in, by the way, this is section 1 at 38 seconds because it starts with Greg Rowley singing and the piano intro. So we got 2 hits off string 6. So 1, 2, and then you're going to strum the last 4 strings. The reason I'm saying to mute the A with the tip of this finger is in case you hit it, it'll sound like a train wreck. So make sure you're muting. And then, so we got fret hand muting. That's the X's and the tabs running across the strings. And it's down, up, down, up. Now you can do that en route to the next chord, which is even harder. And you wouldn't think it would be, but it is. Thumb is now on fret 5 on the low E. We still have the same distancing here. It's like they're a root octave thing. Basically an F chord with a bass. So we're doing the 7D with the first finger, or third finger. First finger is 5G, so it's an inverted power chord if you want to think of it that way. And then we've got middle finger on 6B. And then you can bar this down to catch the 5E. That high E string is not critical. But when you go there, it's string 6, then the last 4 strummed, and then down, up, mute. Now to catch those mutes, just relieve the pressure off the neck, and you can drop the pinky. Just that scratchy. So we have this going on. Then the mute. Oops. Into a C major. Now the first chord we did was the B flat major. It's the same thing, but you're up a whole step. So now the thumb is handling fret 8 on the E. We got 10D, muted A. 9G and barred 8th fret on the B and E. I don't think the high E is in there, so if the bar is giving you trouble, sometimes the bar makes things easier, but we do need the 8 off the B string. And then on this one, it's a little different because it goes from a major to a suspended thing. You'll go 2 times on the root, which is string 6, and then D, G, and B. Let me play the part. So root, root, strum, fret hand mute, and then up strum on that chord, so we got to reapply pressure with a quick rest. That's the line with the X. Let's try just that. And then drop the pinky to fret 10 on the B string. Leave everything else there. You'll create more work by not. The thumb can go if you want, but that's up to you. Up, down, up, down. So up, down, lift the pinky off, so we're resolving it back to the major chord and doing up. So it's, and then fret hand mute down, up. So that whole last chord, the C major, is. Alright, so there's 3 chords you're focusing in, you're zeroing in on. That is played 2 times. I have it on the clean channel on my Mesa Boogie, but I have it on pushed, so it's got a little bit of grit in it, a little bit of distortion, but it's got a little more gain in section 2, comes in at 51 seconds. These are harmonized. This is just one of the lines that Neil's using. And it's real simple to do here. It's actually chromatic. It's on the D string. We're going fret 8, 7, 6, 5, skip to 3, hit 3 again, and hold that one twice as long, and then 2nd fret. Okay, so let me play without talking through it. There you go, that's section 2. Section 3 comes in at 106. It's back through on the verse, but now he's throwing some double stops, some really cool, nice, tasteful, which Neil always does. Hammer pulls off these double stop riffs. Like Hendrix kind of did a lot of that. So you're going to kind of cut back, the verse kicks in, and you'll hear Neil doing some of these things. So let's start with that one. It's after the vocals start coming in. So we got 5D, I would use 3rd finger, and kind of flatten it here. And do an upstroke as well, and then shift it up to 5A, and do it down there, slide it to 7. So, and then bar the 5th fret D and G. So we have 7A, right back to the double stop, 5 on the D and G. This time hammer onto fret 7, pull off to fret 5. So we have, and then 5A, pick, hammer to 7 and pull off to 5. And that covers the first chord throughout that part. Into the next one, which is G major. Once again, Neil is not playing the G how you're probably used to seeing it. He's using his thumb again. The reason for that, thumb, fret 3 on string 6. First finger bar the 3rd fret on the last 2 strings, or first 2, however you want to think of it, but the high E and the B. And let's play that part. So it'll go. Oops. Dang it. Into the next chord, which is going to be our C. So check it out. Back here to where our thumb and our index is on fret 3. String 6, string 1. Short rest, string 2, open G into this double stop. You'll hit the 3rd fret of the B and E, hammer to 5E, pull off to 3E. Those are a little easier than when you got a hammer on the upper string, because you don't have to worry about accidentally muting the underneath, because we're hammering and pulling the underneath. So 3rd fret B, you're already there. Middle finger 4G. So you're building a G major chord. And then 3B, hammer to 5, pick 3B, and middle finger 4G. So. Right? And then an open A, this is just in passing. When you hear this stuff slow, it seems like, whoa, it's out of key. It's a natural thing that happens with guitar players. It's like, whoa, sure there's an open A? There is, I'm positive. So we have. Now we're back to this, the C. Thumb, fret 8, low E, then we got the 10, 9, 8 on the D, G, and B. And go. String 6, strum the 3 strings, down, then rest up, and then go up, down. When you go to down, drop the pinky to the 10G. That's the suspended, it'll go. So, let me slow that down. Again. And that's D and G string there, but if you end up hitting the B, you're already covered because you have a note that's within the chord. No sense in lifting it, right? After you do the hammer, and then back to the 10-9, we have a short rest, and then stay right where you're at and go up, down, up. Then we have open A, and then 10th fret on the D and G, which is basically an F chord with A bass. That's what it sounded like to my ear. I listened to it several times. We got the guitar going against the contrast of the piano, but Neil is definitely known for not holding out on the rhythms either, man. He's brilliant. So down, up, and then we go to page 2. So section 3 starts at 106. That's the verse the second time around. Okay, so from here we went. I turned the page a bit. Here's how we ended the other page. I call these slash chords because now it's a G chord with a B bass. Barred 12th fret D and G, and third finger 14A. Strum those 3, and then go back a whole step and right back to where we're at now. So it's oops. That's it on that. Then we hit some repeats. Section 2 one time, and then you'll see 3 little notes here. Just it's in there where you'll go 2D, sliding to 3, and then pick the 2. I believe that's a play off of. It is a play off of the. In there, and it takes up a little extra time, so it's important. You know, if you skip that, you can be like, what in the heck just happened? Unless you're not hearing it, but it's there. Section 1 2 times, second time no star. That'll speak for itself. Section 4, which is the first half of section 2, which is just the chromatic part, which means the part that's moving in half steps. 8 7 6 5 on the D string. This is the more distorted part. Double dots, so you do it twice. Okay, and then you'll see section 1 2 times, second time no star. You'll understand that when you see your tabs. I know this is your first CVT lesson. Then the rhythm for the solo is really nothing new. It's stuff that you already know, which is section 4 2 times, and then section 1 10 times. Partway through, I think after the 4th time, the vocals come back in. So they don't change the backing rhythm behind the end of the solo. It just goes in to the chorus until the song ends. But there is a different ending here we got to think about. And that's what I'm going to show you right now, because that'd be the next thing. The 10th time. Okay, this goes, I'm still talking about the section that Neil is soloing over. The first 4, like I said, I believe it's 4. He's finishing up his solo, and then the next 6, that's how we get our 10 times, is the band singing the chorus. The 10th time, no star, and instead you just go, or, that was it was a quicker, which is the C major using the F chord shape. Barred 8-8, 9G, 10D, third finger's muting underneath the A, and you can even take it a step further and have that thumb muting string 6, so you can hit all the strings. So he cuts out, let's see if I can tell you where that is. He cuts out, I think it's the 3rd chord, yes it is. So you're going, it would be, this would be the 10th time. Right there, you're done, and you're just going to go. Instead of in the, that's not going to be in there, just, alright, so Jason, there you go. If you have any questions, you're one of my students now, but you're just called a CVT student, that's what it is, still one of my guitar students. So if you have questions, don't hesitate. Definitely a memory lane one for me. You know, as a teen, I had every Journey album and drew a huge influence off of Neil Schon. They're amazing. So really had a blast doing this for you. If you have questions, you're stuck on anything, hit me up. And once again, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you.